Hey everyone, and welcome back to Leland Teaching Engineer Sports. I'm Dylan here with Sam and Max Loga. Today will be Thursday, December 12th. And tonight's episode 116, Luigi Mangione. Sports lover? Huh? Huh? That's right. We'll be discussing in detail and specificity whether or not the assassin himself, Luigi Mangione, is indeed a sports lover. But first, let's remind our large crowd who's tuning in today that the Michigan Wolverines are the 2023-2024 college football national champions. All right. We will be discussing Luigi and nothing else. Let's get to our song before we get to let's listen to a little jingle. All right, Sam, do you want to break the news to the GHLers and all other listeners tuning in today?
What's the news? I don't know.
Max?
That we will not be talking about whatever his name is. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But
That's correct.
we will not be talking about him.
We'll not be talking about Luigi. Luigi, you're going to jail for a very long time. Sign on, baby. No, we'll be talking sports. Duh. What will we be talking about tonight, Max?
So tonight we're gonna double back on a couple weeks past. We haven't really dug into a good roundtable, so we're gonna remind our GHLers of the sports world things that are happening. We'll probably have a Serenity now, definitely a woo off, and I think Sam's Cooler Talks is still hanging in there, so we're gonna hit him on the water tank and grill him for
Nailed
5 minutes or so.
Yeah, nailed it. And with already playing, here it goes again by
Okay, go.
Okay Go, Luigi's favorite song. We'll get in right to the woo off, presented by Alani New. Woo! It gets the people going. Warning, Alani New is not responsible or liable for any deceased rodents or fecal-like material found in your can. Sam, give us your Alani New woo moment.
There were three of them, but I'll just go into one, wrap them all up nice and pretty. It's going to be Fulham's victory over Max's Brighton. 3-1, absolute showing. Brighton's trash. Fulham put them in their place, showed them where they should be. It was a fantastic game. Watched every minute of it and just knew Max was crying at his TV.
Love it. Yeah. Well done. That is a 9-0. Well done. Found your enemy and you pointed that right, your gun's right at him, just like Luigi. So well done. 9.0. Max, what you got?
Mine's going to be to kind of speaking into the future. Chrysler and Michigan basketball. There is a buzz and there is an aura around Michigan basketball. They did just get dinged up last night, but being at Chrysler, Dylan, when they played Iowa, there's a good buzz. The crowd's going. So I'm going to give that a woo moment to Michigan basketball and Chrysler for climbing the mountain right now.
Yeah, 8-6, literally the exact same thing I had for my woo moment. Great minds think alike. Just like, someone probably in the world and Luigi, great minds think alike. So well done, Max.
Thank you.
So I will transition quickly as great thinkers on their feet can do. And I will sashay over to Allen Park, Michigan, where the Detroit Lions train, and then quickly back down to downtown Detroit, where the Lions win games. The Detroit Lions, 12-1. They've 11-1, 12-1,
12-1,
12-1. They have won 11 straight games. That is a Detroit Lions record. They just continue to win games they maybe shouldn't win. They beat the Packers, it seems like forever ago, but it was a week ago from today when this will air, on a walk-off field. Well, not a walk-off field. They beat him on a field goal. Big Dick Dan. No, it was a walk-off field goal because he was Big Dick Dan. The Lions just continue to win games that maybe they shouldn't. They're so beat up. but they just continue to prove they're the best team in the NFL. So, to the Detroit Lions and putting their sack on everyone else's forehead, just like Luigi's going to have on his forehead in prison.
Hopefully that man watched Prison Break. He kind of did when he was running away, but not good enough. He ain't no Michael Schofield.
No, he's no Michael Schofield. No Michael Schofield. All right, let's move on to Sam's Cooler Talk. We're gonna do a long round table, so we're just gonna end the episode this today with our round table. So Sam, let's get it going with Sam's Cooler Talk, presented by Modelo. Looking for a crisp lager that's moderate on calories and masterful on flavor? Look no further than Modelo Especial. Modelo Especial is more than just a Mexican winter sipper. It's the official beer of the Saturday morning hockey parents and the Thursday night. It's almost the weekend celebratory. Stop into your local Meijer, like Meijer grocery store, to grab yourself some Modelo Especial. A cerveza, straight to the cabeza. All right, Sam, here we go. 5 questions, 45 seconds. Question 1. What 2 teams, after this podcast airs, it will be 4, but who are the first 2 teams to make to the semis of the NBA Cup?
It was the Thunder and the
You're correct
Golden
so far?
State Warriors.
You were very close. You went to the same conference, opposite conference. They have a chance. The Warriors do have a chance tonight. It's the Bucks and the Thunder, but very good job. Do you know who else is who? So the Warriors are playing the Rockets, I think, in the West, and then in the East, it's the Hawks versus the Cavs.
I was gonna guess Hawks. They were the team I was trying to think of the name of. So
Statisticians on it, so we'll move on. Where did Jahmyr Gibbs go to college? And bonus point if you can get them both.
I think he went to Georgia Tech.
That's correct. You know the second one.
Maybe like Clemson or something. I don't know.
Not a bad guess. A powerhouse, Alabama. But good job.
Okay.
We'll give you the point there. Max, you have it.
I do. The Hawks and Knicks.
Knicks. Damn. All right. Shout out to the Cavs for sucking ass. All right. Where did the number 1 college basketball recruit in the class of 2025, Sam, commit to yesterday?
Not Michigan, but maybe I'm gonna say not Michigan. Then I'm gonna go with Arizona.
You know, you're on the right space area,
Ooh.
kind of. Brigham Young University, BYU.
What? Why?
Big old bag of money. And he's from Utah. Of the original 6 Logas, which 2 have won the Loga Olympics?
Max and Dylan.
That's correct. All right, last question. Ties into a question from last week. Who won the women's NCAA soccer title?
Nebraska.
North Carolina.
I could not remember.
The question last week was 3 teams from the state of North Carolina. You just would have said North Carolina.
It's fine.
Well done, though. You actually did pretty good tonight. 3 out of 5. That's your best you've done so far. So maybe we should keep bumping this up towards the top when you're still alive and well. But well done. All right. Let us now shift to a very serious Serenity now that does not have to do with Luigi and his Amazon ordered gun. So I wooed the Detroit Lions, and I shall also crucify Detroit Lions fans. Detroit Lions fans, including you, Dylan, I'm looking at you. That's me. Why are you bitching and complaining and moaning about absolutely anything the Detroit Lions do? You have never seen a Detroit Lions team win this many games. You have never seen success like this in your entire life. Why are you being a douche of a fan? Why are you complaining? Why are you bitching? Why are you moaning? And why are you striking up the prices for all the great fans at Ford Field, you assholes? Serenity freaking now, Detroit Lions fans. Be more like Ford Field Frank and less like K-Lo.
Going off those prices, do either of you know the cheapest ticket for a lower bowl ticket right now? The cheapest price
for Buffalo?
Yes.
I'm gonna go lower bowl, Sam. Guess after this, but I'm gonna go $800, $853.77.
Okay. Sam?
So lower bowl.
Yes. Ticketmaster was the app I looked.
With these?
Yes.
There's no way it's more than 1,000, but I'm gonna say it's 1,100.
No, I'm gonna go back down to 622.
Sam, you're going 1100. Dylan, you're going 622.
Yeah,
730
Dang.
and some change, but 730. Yep, $730. That was a lower bowl ticket.
that's
Crazy.
crazy.
Yes.
Crazy. Wow. Starting down to that too.
Cool. Sunday night game, not even prime time, just Sunday 4 o'clock. Not even Monday night or a Sunday night. Crazy
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah, well, that's a Super Bowl preview right there. So
Yeah, you're not
be
wrong,
on the
man.
lookout.
Back in
All
black,
right,
baby.
that's right. All right, let's shift to the round table right to it. Max, we'll go off of your woo moment. You mentioned the Michigan Wolverine basketball team. They did lose Tuesday night to Arkansas. Arkansas looks like a pretty good team with Calipari. They've got some NBA players. Michigan was up 15, went down 18, made it a 1 point game, 1 point, had a chance to win. Fall, that's okay. They're ranked number 14 in the country, ranked for the first time since 2022. And they're 2-0 in the Big Ten. Early thoughts from either of you?
I think they are going to, like Dylan said, Arkansas is going to be a good team. They're just got a lot of young players and new players that came from Kentucky with Calipari. Calipari, yeah. So they're just new, but I think they're going to be good. Their freshman guard is nasty. But Michigan, they're going to be all right. They're going to score. They're going to get their points. They're going to play good D. I feel like they struggle at times. So like Dylan and I said, I said when they have teams down to put them out of their misery kind of vibes, they let teams hang around and stay around, and that's when they can get burned. So if I had one critique, just kill, finish teams off.
Yep. And rebound. That's my only thing I'm going to say about Michigan. Sam, any thoughts? Will you be trying to attend any Indiana basketball games in Bloomington? How far are you from Bloomington?
It's like 2.5, three. It's just not very close.
What about West Lafayette?
I think it's about the same. They're not very far apart from each other.
What
So
about Northwestern?
that's in Illinois. That's by Chicago, right? That's probably like 2.5, three as well. Any
Yeah.
major city, I'm 2.5 to three away from, basically.
Ugh. All
Um,
right. What do you think about Michigan?
but yeah, the little bit I've seen, they look good. They look fun to watch. I would agree with Max, and the kill mentality kind of seems like it. Especially after that Iowa one, with that one being close as well. But I think they're young. They're still figuring each other out. So
All right. Gun to your head right now. Who's going to win college basketball title?
I'm gonna go with Arizona.
All right. That's a pick. Max.
Tennessee.
All right. Max picked the number one team.
It's never the number
And
one team.
As of the week of now,
yeah, they're Tennessee's number one right now. Kansas just lost 2 games in a row.
See, I,
Look,
I wanted to avoid one of those teams. They're not gonna win.
yeah. I'm going to go with either Duke or Michigan. Just depends who gets there. So I'll go Michigan or Duke.
I can see that. I
Um,
can see Duke. I can see Michigan. Like Dylan says, I mean, the NCAA tournament depends who you get. You just got to get there.
yep. Amen to that. All right, let's turn it to Max. What do you got?
Yeah. So I kind of hinted at this a couple weeks ago about Canadian hockey players being able to drop contracts. Well, that ball has already started rolling. There's 3 players, big name players, that are going to drop contracts and come visit college hockey. Um, Player named Michael Mesa from the Saginaw Spirit, their captain, is going to drop his contract the next year and go play for Boston University. So, like we said, I thought it wasn't going to be that big of a factor, but it is. And then there's 2 young men that are going to come to Michigan as well next year from the OHL. So it's pretty sweet.
Very sweet. Um, so they went from getting paid to potentially not getting paid. Is that going to be weird?
Um, to be honest, they're probably going to make the same amount of money in sponsorships that they probably would in the OHL from like a Bauer or something like that. So I think they'll be all right.
All right. Sam, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, that had to be the driving factor for it, right? Money drives everything. Why else leave money? So the NIL deals, I'm sure, are rolling in, and the waters are being tested with the Boston University going first, which makes sense because aren't they? They've been in like the last two Frozen Fours, haven't they? So.
If not sniffing them, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense. They're willing to dish out maybe a little bit of money, maybe get them over that hump to win an actual championship, and then I think a lot more will follow suit when they see what happens there. So
Yeah. Speaking of humps, Luigi's gonna have a hell of a time in prison. Yeah, I don't know. I think the boys in the OHL are gonna have a lot more fun in college, speaking of fun, than they will have been having in the OHL. Like you get to go to college, so the weird thing's gonna be school. They're gonna have to stick up with or keep up with it, so hopefully they can do that. But I don't know. I think it's generally pretty sweet. Are these individuals, Max, from Canada originally? I know that you don't. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be from Canada to be in the OHL, but are these people that you're talking about? Are they?
I didn't really dig into it that much. One's playing in Saginaw, I said, and then the other two are playing in Canada. So if that has anything to do with it.
All right, very nice. Let's stick on hockey. Sebastian Casa wins his first ever NHL game in a game he comes off the bench cold for and gets into. Did you guys see that? And then did you see what happened today with him?
I did not see what happened today with him, but I did watch the back and forth game that ended 6-5. It was a head scratcher all the way through. I did not stay up to see the shootout, but shout out to him getting a win in the shootout nonetheless.
Yeah, Sam.
yeah, I saw them go down instantly in the first period. I was like, I'm not putting this on. And then third period came around, I put it on and saw they were down two and or one or whatever at that point, and watched the rest of it and saw the comeback and watched the shootout. Kosa looked good in the shootout. He was poke checking very, very seriously. So what happened to him today though? Because that could be a question mark for the Wings.
Fair. Yeah, that's a good point. Wait, what? What did you say?
You said something happened like
Oh,
happened.
yeah, he just got sent. His ass got sent back down to Grand Rapids.
Got that dub and then peace.
Your first win.
Yeah.
We'll see him. We'll see you in three
Yep, yep,
months.
that's all. All right, stay on hockey. Sam went to Little Caesars Arena about a week ago, a couple weeks ago. What were your general thoughts on Little Caesars Arena and the Red Wings being live? Just give us a quick 35 seconds on that.
It was fantastic. If you get a chance to go to Little Caesars, it's definitely worth it. Super clean, super nice. They definitely made the seats smaller though than the last time I was there, like 4 years ago. We were way more shoulder to shoulder with your neighbor than the original, like first season seats. So if you haven't been there in a while, be prepared for that. Great environment though. We were up in the nosebleeds and it was a fantastic view of the game-winning overtime goal. Honestly, I feel like the environment was okay. I will agree. It's not, I don't know, hockey town is losing hockey town. So hopefully it kind of comes back, but the wings are the wings right now. So, but Little Caesars, 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it.
Fair, very fair. Well done. I think my Wi-Fi cut it off there. All right. Max, what else you got? Keep going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go down to Juan Soto. Shout out to him for creating generational wealth for the next 12 kids he could have, or grandkids, or millions of kids he wants to have. Absolutely absurd amount of money. Did you guys see that contract?
Yeah.
Yes.
They paid more for him than somebody bought a NFL team for.
That would be Robert Kraft as New England Patriots, which is absurd to think about.
You can't tell me he's that good.
Yeah.
You can't tell me baseball is that entertaining to be paying people that sum of money. There's no way.
No, I agree. In baseball, it's wild. In baseball, like he went 1 for 4, and that's you're telling me he's worth 760 million dollars. I know it's over.
Oh.
Similar-ish
Yeah,
to Miguel
yeah,
Cabrera.
it's 765 million over 15 years, and the price breakdown would make you want to throw up. So I'll tell you, $97 a minute. So he's just sitting there taking a poop. He's getting $97 a minute. $5,821 an hour. An hour. He's sleeping and he's making that money. And then per day, $139,726 a day.
How does one even spend this money? Like, how do you
Family.
just
I don't know.
it's
You start having
gross.
kids, it adds up. Start having kids, it'll add up.
And then his kid's gonna have kids to help it add up.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
but my funny thing about this story is, did you see what the Mets owner did the day of signing this contract?
No.
He sold the AAA team and his single A team. I
So,
wonder why he had to. It's coincidence that it happened on the same day Juan Soto put his name on the dotted line. It just happened. I
yeah,
don't know
that
if that
check
means
wasn't
the
gonna clear.
Mets, but yep, he sold the AAA team and the single A team. So
Wow, I did not hear that. That's wild. I did hear that the Yankees fucked it up because they basically didn't let Juan Soto and his personal chef go wherever they wanted, or the family on the field for batting practice. So the Yankees were pricks. So Juan Soto basically said, "Go fuck yourself." So respect to Juan. Let's stick with baseball. Did you guys hear about the golden at bat rule?
I have. Is it catching? Is it catching wind?
I haven't heard about it since last week when I put it on my list, so it may not be, but let's still go ahead and explain it. Sam, have you heard it?
I've seen those words and I didn't care enough to read further.
Okay. So my understanding is that at one point in the game, a manager could select a player in his lineup and move him up either one or multiple spots, it hasn't been decided yet, in the lineup. So if you were the one hole and the seven hole is, or if it's only one spot, the nine holes batting, you can move him up with 2 outs in the eighth or 2 outs in the ninth, whatever it may be. So
Yep.
they'd have to refigure out within, do they automatically swap? Does it permanently stay that way? I don't know if I like it. I actually kind of hate it because I, I don't know. The diehards are going to hate it for sure of baseball, but Max has finger ups. I think that's his question. Go ahead.
So think about this theoretically. For the Tigers, Parker Meadows is batting 9, and we got somebody batting 1. We don't want the guy batting 1. We want Parker batting. He gets a hit. He gets on. Does he get to come back up? Do they put a runner on first for him so Parker gets to come back and hit again? Like our ghost runner rule,
No,
Parker's going to have to run the bases for himself?
no. So I think you swap. I think it's a swap.
Okay.
Because
I viewed it as he just gets a pinch hit in that spot, and then he goes back to his original spot.
it could be, but then you've already brought up how that would not work. So,
Well, it would, because that guy that he was hitting for would just go run, and Parker
well,
gets back and hit.
how fast is the ghost runner going to be? Oh, so you're saying you're just going to slot the person?
So Jake Rogers is on second now, and Parker Meadows is back up to bat.
Interesting. I don't think so. It's not.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna say no. So someone could hit 2 home runs in consecutive at bats.
That's a golden at bat. That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is that how it's gonna work?
I do not think so. I do not hope so. But if Luigi Mangione has anything to say, that probably will work like that.
See, I personally, I'm a fan for it. Screw it. It would make it much more. Baseball's already turning into a bit of a chess match between managers, the way the Tigers played last year. That's how they were doing it. It was just a managerial chess match, and that would just increase it tenfold. So send it. It makes it that much more interesting. You know, more and more people are going to tune in to see what the heck that even means.
What about letting bullpen pitchers come back in the game then?
Yep.
Yeah, why not? I don't know why a pitcher has to go sit on the bench. You threw 4 innings, go back. You go to the bullpen. Like, you go back there. You can come back if you want. Take a break. Come in. Why you gotta be one and done?
I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm a baseball diehard. Give me the game for its natural love. It's America's pastime. Keep it that way.
They already messed it up, so might as well just mess it up more.
No. All right. Let's go to college football. 3, 2, 1. Who's the new head coach at University of North Carolina?
Bill Belichick.
Wow, Sam got Max's ass. That's impressive. Max, whew,
Nailed it.
got dusted.
Uncle Bill.
So, how old was the coach that they just fired, Mac Brown?
73. Bill Belichick, 72.
Oh, so close. Mac Brown was 72. Bill Belichick is 71.
Damn.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, that's kind of a wild thing. Not gonna lie, I have
I think
nothing
the
else to say about
crazier
it.
thing is he accepted it without North Carolina telling him he had a job. And he sent them a 400-page manifesto of how he's going to organize his program into a dictatorship. And they accepted it. That's the crazy part.
That program needs some dictatorship
So
tacos.
isn't Bill Belichick still the coach for the Patriots?
No, he's been hanging out with his 27-year-old girlfriend for the last year.
Oh, who coaches the Patriots?
Dylan's Cup. I don't know.
Some random.
His name's Gerard Mayo, former linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's,
Well,
he's a little
that's
black.
something new. Love it. I mean, too. I'll take UNC right now plus whatever for winning the championship next year.
I would then say, why don't you just invest that money with me and FanDuel? Yeah, nothing else to talk about North Carolina. I don't know why Bill Belichick's doing this. He's going to be so miserable.
Wow, the weather's nice. He'll be fine.
He has to recruit, Sam.
The weather's nice. He'll be fine.
He's going to have to worry about players going to classes and things outside of football. He's going to eat Dylan's right. He's going to be miserable. He's going to be there a year and a half.
I've heard he took the job basically so his son could have the job once he's over in a year and a half, and then he can go back to the NFL.
Oh, nice. Wow. Daddy paved the way for him.
Yeah, shit. I mean, if our dad had somehow ran his lawnmower business to become a multi-million-dollar conglomerate, you better sure as hell bet I'd be there. Oh yeah, I'd be rubbing elbows with Papa Kalo. Mr. Picky's $1 million conglomerate. Yep, in-house counsel right here. Nepotism is awesome. I wish we had some more nepotism around our neck of the woods. So
Luigi probably has that.
Luigi definitely had it. Look where it led him to be, in prison. You know? All right, let's talk more college football.
Sorry, we just got to keep those certain viewers here. Keep them coming back.
Yeah. Luigi. All right, let's go talk some more college football. Speaking of sucking dick and being a big bag of bitch, did you guys hear about the Ohio Sportsmanship Act?
Yeah. Shout out to that guy.
Break it down for us, Max.
Some loser-ass senator or congressman in the state of Ohio wants to pass a sportsmanship federal law that if any player plants a flag at the horseshoe, they get a federal charge against them. Talk about a complete loser.
Yeah, a class 5 felony for planting, I think it didn't call out a flag, but essentially a flag in the middle of the football field for essentially not having good sportsmanship.
Only on game days. So if they're doing a walkthrough, feel free to plant that in the middle. That's fine. Only on game days.
And social media is just tearing Ohio a new one. It just keeps getting worse and worse for Ohio. And you know, I just love to see it. The fact that Michigan beat them in a year that not only were they supposed to win, they still could win a national title. They paid $20 million to do it. And Michigan is in their worst season in the last as many years as I can think of that wasn't COVID, and they still beat Ohio State. Amazing.
It's like
and now
Dave
these losers
saying 4 or 5 weeks ago, saying Ohio State should just let Michigan. They should just forfeit because they can't even beat them when they're good. So how are they going to beat them when they're bad? They can't. He's like, it's a shame. It's a trash program. It's a shame program.
Yeah,
I agree.
Shame for the rivalry. Sam, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid. Obviously, it's going to go nowhere, but it's just funny that somebody even made that. Who does Ohio State even play in this college football playoff situation?
Tennessee.
Yeah, so they're losing. So they'll be, all over with, and nobody will care about Ohio State here. And probably they'd probably play end of December, I assume.
Yep, December 21st. Sam, let me talk a little bit more about Ohio State. Then we'll move on to something else, college football. So there was a fan that was photographed doing this. So as someone that has had this done to them, I want your thoughts on it. Um, you've been spit on.
Yeah.
So should the fan who spit on Michigan players coming out of the tunnel, should that fan have any, anything be done to correct his spitting ways?
I mean, yeah, definitely should have tickets revoked, probably a ban for at least a certain amount of time, and then probably limitations on where you can sit going forward. Like you can't buy tickets next to the tunnel ever again.
But anywhere else is okay. What if he's got? What if he can hawk a real good Luigi?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think
Hope the wind's blowing the right way.
I mean, you definitely should be banned for at least a few years, 100%.
Few
Like,
years. And we're only asking you because you've been spit on.
I
So
haven't.
I couldn't ask Max and get the same answers.
Oh, my answer would have been that guy. Like, he should have a
No,
massive fine.
doesn't matter. That's like asking someone, how would you kill someone? We couldn't ask anyone that. We could ask Luigi that. We couldn't ask anyone else that really. So it doesn't matter what you say. It's like
Fair.
we're basically asking Sam's been spit on, like asking Luigi what it was like. So all right, I digress. Let's move on. Who you guys got? Army or Navy?
Army.
Matt or
Navy.
Sam?
Navy.
I'm gonna go. Army just beat the piss out of Tulane.
Tulane.
So for that reason, I'll go Navy.
Are you taking them to cover or win?
7.5.
6.5.
Navy plus 6.5.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on Navy.
All
It's
right.
always a close game.
Always. It's at Navy, so it's in Baltimore. So
Yeah, I'll take the midshipmen. All right, who's got the Heisman, Sam?
Couldn't even begin to tell you.
All right,
No.
I got you. Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, Oregon, not gonna win it. There's
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward, quarterback from Miami, not gonna win it. The two possible ones: running back from Boise State, Ashton Jeanty, and then Travis Hunter, cornerback and receiver for Colorado.
I think it'd be fun if the Colorado person won because he's doing dual things, but I see it being the Boise running back, especially if Boise wins their first game in the playoffs.
We're announcing Heisman this weekend, so
Okay, so then I would still say Boise since they did so well throughout the year.
I like it. I'm with you, but I think it's gonna be Travis Hunter. Max, what do you think?
I said a long time ago I wanted Gentry to win because he'd be close to breaking Barry Sanders' record. He did not. I said that would be the only way he get the Heisman. But the only reason Travis Hunter is going to win is because Colorado is a louder program and Boise State's not.
I mean, they have a blue field, but yeah, sure, they're not loud.
I mean, like social media wise.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Their head coach is I think their head coach is in a commercial for Aflac, right?
Who?
Colorado's.
See,
Oh,
Max
yeah.
doesn't even know. They're not that loud. I think Boise's loud.
Yeah, they're pretty loud, Sam. You know who Deion Sanders is. All right. Do either of you have anything college football related? Well, yeah. I mean, I guess we have more, but
Yeah. The quick firing of Michigan's offense coordinator, and then the quick hiring of Chip Lindsey from Uncle Bill's team, taking him right from under his feet. I like it.
Yep. So Chip Lindsey comes in under the tutelage of Gus Malzahn from Auburn, a gimmick guy. It sounds like, so I like that. Max did not say this, Sam, but we did see the future of Michigan football at Chrysler on Saturday. Bryce Underwood tosses a mean T-shirt into the crowd. So looking forward to seeing Chip Lindsey use Bryce Underwood all over the field. It's going to be awesome. He's a big motherfucker, Bryce Underwood is. So, yeah, that's a good one, Max.
Yep.
Sam, we will talk quickly on some bowl games, but do any bowl games stand out to you?
If you would have asked me while I was scrolling through, I mean, the biggest one is definitely that Notre Dame Indiana. Like, that's going to be a great game. And then there was another one. I don't remember exactly. I'm scrolling through them right now to see if another one stood out to me.
Let me help you. Not the bracket ones. Any other ones stand out to you?
Like, oh yeah, so like just a normal one. I mean,
Yeah.
Michigan, Alabama's an interesting one to say the least. And then outside of that, I don't know if there was another one of real interest.
You know anyone going to that Michigan Alabama game?
I do know a few people going. I'm hoping a certain uncle's going to make an appearance as well and just really get it rowdy.
Who's going?
You, Max, our father, our mother, maybe others. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly the total, but I know the Logas are showing up and showing out, it sounds like.
the Logas are going to Tampa. We're gonna live stream 47 straight hours in Tampa, Florida. Woo!
Tampa doesn't know what's coming for it.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Michigan's gonna get their asses kicked, but it'll be beautiful. What about that Pop Tarts Bowl? Are you excited for that one?
Who's even in the Pop Tarts Bowl? I didn't look at that.
Miami, Florida versus Iowa State.
No, not looking forward to that at all. That's not that interesting.
Okay. What about the Alamo Bowl? Two Big 12 teams. BYU, Colorado. It's a conference game. No?
No,
Okay. Let me give you one more. All right. I know this one's gonna wet your whistle. Get ready for this. Hold on a second. I gotta find it. It's called the Game Day Bowl, I think. Game Above Sports Bowl. Detroit, Michigan. Pittsburgh, Toledo.
I did see that. That's gonna be a great one.
All right. Well,
Yep. Looking forward to that. I think Bowling Green made a bowl, you know.
they
Yeah, they
did.
did. Arkansas State. There we go.
The Red
Match.
Wolves. Yeah. All right. You said the bracket. We're going to talk about it a little more in depth next week. But with the bracket sitting somewhat around your face, either of you, who do you guys now, looking at the bracket from afar quickly? You can change it next week, but right now, who would you put in the final game and who would win?
Georgia. I'll go Georgia, and then give me Oregon. Georgia versus Oregon, and Oregon's gonna win it.
Okay, Sam?
That's way too basic for such a chaotic system this year. Give me Arizona State and then throw in like honestly, I really want I want it to be so amazing. I want to see Indiana burn. Give me like an Indiana Arizona State if that's even possible. I don't know, but I think Arizona State can walk away with it this year. Just what they did this year. They're riding a high. So
Yeah, Arizona State, Indiana is a plausible and possible matchup. Arizona State's head coach, his name is Kenny Dillingham. Really sweet dude. He was on Part of My Take this week actually. I haven't finished listening to the interview, but quick fun fact about him: he essentially didn't play high school football his senior year. He just went right into coaching because he tore his ACL in the spring playing baseball or something. And then fast forward like I don't know whatever how many years it's like 16 years, 18 years. So now he's the head coach at Arizona State, and I shit you guys not. His special teams coach, his special teams coordinator, assistant head coach is his high school football coach.
That's sick.
It's really awesome. I mean, like, just think about that, right? Your high school baseball coach you're now his boss on the baseball team. Like, that's just wild. So rooting for Arizona State. I don't think it's gonna happen. I will go with Notre Dame in the final game. Nobody talking about them. I think they're very good actually against Oregon, and Oregon wins it all. I'm with Max. I picked Oregon at the beginning of the year. I'm sticking with them. They're the best team in college football, head and shoulders. But they got fucked with the way it turned out. And Penn State, if Penn State doesn't make a run and get to this
Semis.
yeah, they should fire James Franklin.
Finally, Dylan's on my train. Let's go. Choo choo.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, all right. Let's move on to something else. All right, like we said, let's do something different to finish up episode 116 of Legally Teach Engineer Sports. Luigi Mingior, sports lover? Huh? All right, so we said we're going to talk about picks. We're going to talk about who's in the finals. Max, Sam, let's say congratulations to our college football passionate picking finalists, Mr. Blake Tosto and Mr. Mac Diver.
Let's go. Former roomie is going to duke it out here. They're going to duke it out.
Mac Diver deserved it, so a lot of research went into his picks. I should have just bandwagoned him.
I did a couple times. I actually bandwagoned one of each of their picks, and it helped me to the best round of anyone. So snaps and claps to myself. Also special shout out to our NFL picking passionate person, people eater finalists. Mr. Aiden Richardson, and Miss Christina Paglia.
Big wins. Good work.
Paglia, in her first ever time picking games that involve pigskin, makes it to the finals. Love to see it. So the four of them will either face off during the week of the playoff college football first round, the playoff quarterfinals, probably one of those. So we'll correspond the NFL week to whichever college football week we do. So stay tuned for that. As for ourselves, fellas, Sam, you're in dead last in both NFL and college by a wide margin in college. So as we've discussed, we will pick out the rest of the year in the NFL, and we will pick 3 more weeks total in college. So we will duke it out to the end. Sam, you're definitely going to lose college, but you do still have a shot in NFL as you're only 3.5 points back behind. With that being said, let's skedaddle to our picks. Quickly speaking, let us go to. So we're not going to do college this week. Is there anything you would have bet on, Max or Sam, from a college perspective? Any bowl games, Army, Navy, anything you would bet on before we get to our NFL picks?
I'll definitely dabble with Army Navy, Memphis and West Virginia, and then Cal at UNLV. Those are the bowl games that kind of got circled.
Max, give me the spread in that California game.
It's 2 for Cal, just 2.
Hammer UNLV. I watched Cal. They suck ass. I don't care that the game's in Inglewood.
Yep.
Cal's ass. I saw them play. I'm going to join you. I'm going to bet Navy at plus 6.5. I also think you have to bet the first MAC bowl game, so the salute to veterans in Montgomery, Alabama, South Alabama versus Western. You got to bet the Broncos there. The Crampton Bowl. I think also you said Memphis. What's the spread there? Memphis, West Virginia.
In the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, Memphis minus 4.5.
Yeah, I think I'm going to bet Memphis there. I like that. All right. Yeah, I think that's where I'm leaning. I'll bet them all, but those are the ones I like the most. Sam, anything from you?
Yeah, I mean the Scooters Coffee Bowl, the West Virginia Memphis stood out. I think I'll take West Virginia there. Just I feel like they should have done better this year, and I think might be a chance for them to finish it out on a high note. Other than that, the early ones, yeah, the California UNLV game was of interest just because of the art of sport.
Like fine wine.
I expect high class football coming out of that. So
yeah, don't expect much from the Cal Golden Bears. And then nobody mentioned the Celebration Bowl, South Carolina State versus Jackson State. So we're doing a bowl pick 'em with Legally Teaching Engineer Sports through the ESPN app. If you want to join, please let us know. Luigi Mangione, I think you may have an opportunity to get Wi-Fi if you want in. Just let us know. I'm putting all my points in Jackson State here. It's a high risk, low reward kind of thing with this bowl pick'ems, but I know literally nothing about Jackson State, so I'm just going to put all my points on and hope it works out. So
swing for the fences, honestly. Nobody else is going to do it. Set yourself apart.
That's right. Amen to that. All right. With that, let us move to the NFL slate this week. So just be the 3 of us making picks, but I'll still keep track of them. So let's move to the third. We're doing 9 games, by the way. I don't know if either of you picked up on that, but we're doing 9 games this week. Let's go to the Thursday night game. Rams, 49ers. Max, go ahead.
I'm going to with the Rams. I think the 49ers are still depleted. Rams off a big win against the Bills. Shout out to Chris McCaffrey for doing absolutely nothing for me in this fantasy football season.
Max, you make playoffs?
Dylan, did you make playoffs? Okay.
Sam, who you got? Rams or 49ers?
I think the Rams, the same reason the 49ers just don't have anybody.
Yeah, I think that +3 is a weird spread, so it kind of makes me nervous. It makes me think someone knows something that I don't. But I'm on the Rams too. Fuck it. All right, let's go Dolphins at Texans. I'm going to go first. I'm on Tua. I think it's going to be pretty warm in Houston, and if it's not, they'll close the roof to make sure it's warm. So I'll take the Dolphins +2.5. I'll also probably sprinkle the money line. Sam, what do you think here?
This is more of a toss-up than I think it should be, but I think I'm going to take the Dolphins as well. A little bit of a bounce back game. bounce back week for them. I don't know. Yeah, they need warm weather, so
Okay, Max.
I'm on the Texans. Texans have underperformed this year. They should have beat the best team in the NFL, the Lions, and they didn't. Let's give me the Texans.
All right. Good luck with that. Max, let's ask Sam who he likes between the Broncos and the Colts. Sam, who you got here?
I'm gonna take the Broncos this week.
All right. You're a believer?
I'm just hopping back on that Broncos pick. I think I took a break and they won, so now we're back. So we'll see.
Yeah. Bo Nix. I'm with him. Kenny Dillingham was his offense coordinator at Auburn when he was a true freshman. Uh, yeah. Bo Nix. Minus 3.5. I think the Colts suck ass too. So go Broncos. Max?
It's tough. The only three of us. I'm not going to save the graphic. I'm going Broncos. I do not like Anthony Richardson for him being a bitch and tapping out a couple games ago.
That was like week 4. It wasn't a couple games ago, but fair enough.
A couple games ago.
The year does seem like a blur to people that don't make the playoffs in fantasy football, so fair enough. Max, Bucks +3 at the Chargers. Who you like here?
It's a tough one, but I'm going to go Chargers. This is definitely a coin flip of a game. I feel like it's kind of whoever shows up. Dylan's giving me the eyes like he knows when he finished dead last in our fantasy football league. So give me the Chargers -3.
Um, all right. Max is on the Chargers. I gave him eyes because everyone in this world knew he was taking the Chargers, including Sam. And everyone knows that Sam's on the Bucks.
That is correct. I am going to take the Bucks. I think the Bucks are fighters. I think they actually are going to be a dangerous team if they make it into the playoffs. Don't overlook them.
And Sam, I'm fighting for you to get out of the hole here in the NFL, so I'm going to join you on the Bucks. We're battling Max. You and I are in the foxhole together against Max, and I'm looking forward to it. So with that, Max, who you got in the Battle of the State of Pennsylvania?
That's just not fair that I have to go first now. Steelers at Eagles. 5.5 spread here. I'm not a big fan of the Eagles. I'd be more of a Pittsburgh guy if I was still out there in the state. But Steelers are. Give me the Steelers +5.5.
All right, Sam, are you joining him or are you going with the Eagles? Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say fly Eagles fly. I do. I really do. But I still am holding out hope for a Pittsburgh Super Bowl. So give me Pittsburgh.
All right, I'm not one to break a graphic up, so I'm on Pittsburgh +5.5. Bro, no hating on brotherly love, but we'll go against Philadelphia this weekend. And it helps the Lions. Speaking of the Lions, Bills at Lions. Max has already know the cheapest ticket for lower bowl is in the $800 or $700 range. So are we all in the Lions, or can we just quickly say on 3 go Lions? 1, 2, 3,
Go
go
Lions.
Lions.
I don't want to, but I'm going to. I mean, it kicked me in the butt last week with the Lions.
Yeah, that was a loss. I know, tough. So Sam, you are the Lions.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be a big game. I think the Bills are going to come out with some fire. I just don't think the Bills are all that. I don't think anyone in the AFC is that good. Like Chiefs keep winning barely. Ravens have a lot of issues. Bills, I don't know what the Bills are.
It seems like
Steelers suck ass.
those teams you just don't want to meet on the wrong week.
Yeah, but
One week out of 4, they get it together.
Yeah, but I don't know. They don't. None of those teams scare me. So, whatever. F them. Let's move to the Sunday night football game, a game that does matter for Lions fans, in all rights because the Seahawks look like a potential playoff team. So Packers at Seahawks. We'll let Sam go first on this one. The Seahawks are 2.5-point underdogs. Sam, who do you got here?
Yeah, obviously the Packers. I think it's gonna be. I think the Packers are gonna slip past the Vikings here at the end of the year and get a slightly higher seed.
Okay. Max is on the Seahawks. He may not want to be on the Seahawks because the Seahawks cost him his fantasy football league, but he's the one who chose to pick for Seattle Seahawks. No one else made him do that. So he's on the Seahawks, and I'm jumping out of the foxhole saying because he's had a grenade thrown at you. Grenade! So I'm with the Seahawks as well. Let's move on. Max, is that correct?
Actually,
Yeah,
Yes, it
okay.
is.
Yeah, okay. All right. Let's move to Monday Night Football. Two games this week. Had no idea about that. Did either of you?
No, but I did hear, speaking of last week's Monday Night Football game, the Simpson one, the only reason they had to keep that is because they built the graphics when the schedule got announced and they didn't have enough time. Both those teams are asked. They're like, oh, we could have flexed it.
Oh.
But they couldn't because of all the graphics for the Simpsons.
Why you just mentioned, did either of you watch?
I watched a little bit on Disney Plus.
I did too. Um, I hated it.
It's sad. It's the second time I expected it to be better. Yeah,
So the the graphics were ass. So like the linemen kept twisting each other. It kept getting mixed up. It was weird. And
yeah.
then I was doing both TVs because I wanted to be able to watch. And it was a full drive behind at one point. It was like a 6 minute lapse. Like that was tough. So couldn't really deal. Max, did you even bother?
I did not. Nope. I just stuck to the normal ESPN.
You did all right without seeing Moses like tiptoe down the line. So yeah, no big deal there. All right, Max, kick off our first Monday night game that we have Bears at the Vikings.
Yeah, Bears at Vikings. As a Lions fan, I'm going to throw hope into the wind and hope the Bears clip the Vikings and get them stumbling here and overlooking them. Bears plus 7.5.
All right, Sam.
I think the Bears actually can do that. It's a in whatever rivalry, they're gonna show up for it. I think I'll take Bears here plus 7. I think they can at least keep it within a touchdown or less.
I have Bears written down, but I'm gonna switch to Vikings just for the fun of it. I don't know. I'm rooting against it, so I hope this is like a double jinx bet. Like I want the Vikings to lose this game, but they've only played close games and they just figured something out against the Falcons last week. They blew them out, so I think they might blow the Bears out. The Bears are bad, so I'll take Vikings -7 at home. All right, last game of the slate. We have this game literally only on here just to talk shit to Matt. There's no chance now, Matthew Iwanski, that the Falcons get the wins that they need to win your bet. So, my friend, thank you. When that first newborn comes out, I will be naming the middle name. So that's right. Matthew Iwanski's firstborn will be named by the three of us together. So congrats to us, guys. With that, let's move on to the game itself. Falcons -3.5 at Oakland. And of course, I'm on the Falcons -3.5. Not Oakland, by the way, it's Las Vegas. Max.
I'm on the Raiders plus 3.5. I think the Falcons are going to slowly implode here. They don't know who's quarterback, and they don't have anything going for them.
Sam.
Rumor has it I have the game back on Dylan, I believe, in second place here. So give me the Raiders.
Ooh. Whoa. I wrote down Falcons. That's a crazy move. You guys are crazy. The quarterback's Kirk Cousins, all right? The
Yeah,
AFC,
4 interceptions later.
yeah, but the NFC South is still in play, and the Raiders are one of the worst teams of all in all of football. That's a
Yeah, but
crazy.
it's only plus 3.5. Somebody's being weird.
Yeah, it's only 3.5 points. I agree. So let's move quickly to our locks, and I'll go first. The Falcons are 100% a lock this week.
Yes, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, the Falcons, they might win this game by 40 points. They are going to beat the piss out of the Raiders. And my second lock is the Battle of Pennsylvania. I'm on the Steelers plus 5.5. Steelers just play dirty, dirty games. Like they play muck it up football, and I think they'll just find a way to muck it up. I was against the Eagles last week with my Panthers. Panthers should have won the game, and I'm going to stick with being against the Eagles. So I'll go Steelers plus 5.5. Sam.
I'm gonna mix it up this week and not take the anticipated ones. Give me the Rams and the Bucks as my locks this week.
So Sam's on the Rams +3 on Thursday night, and the Bucks +3 on Sunday afternoon. All right, Max.
All right, so I kicked myself last Sunday for not doing this. I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to take the over in the Lions game. Lions on defense are going to score a lot of points. So are the Bills. It's 54.5. And then I'm going to take my Texans -2.5 to beat the Finns.
All right. I love the over. I'm going to join you. Not in my lock, but just generally. It's a good pick. All right, boys. Good picking. Best of luck with your NFL picks this week. So we take a break on college. We respect the Army Navy game. We do not pick it legally. We will pick it legally, but and enjoy the Heisman show on Saturday night. That is all for episode 116 of Legally Teaching and Engineer Sports. Luigi Mangione, sports lover, huh? Our quote, Sam, comes from Mr. Thomas Paine himself. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. Amen to that. And with that, that is all for episode 116. Shout out to our GHLers, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your week.